Welcome to the podcast. Today we are going to be talking about philanthropy and expensive lifestyles, something we all know a very lot about. So, what percentage of your income do you guys think you should donate to, like, poor or to certain outreach, like, things?
Bare minimum 10%.
Interesting.
I'm going to donate all my income to Mr. Beast because he gives money away.
That is not how that
stupid.
works.
I didn't figure out what to do with that.
I think bare minimum 10% is going against what God said. He says the bare minimum is 7%.
When does he say that?
Doesn't Jesus say give 7%?
No, in the
This-
Jewish law, you
this-
had to give 10% tithe, and the Catholic Church continues that to this
I
day.
swear it said 7% somewhere.
It's not like, oh, you didn't give, so you're going to hell, but it is recommended very strongly to donate 10%.
I'm wrong, I guess.
Out of that 10%, 5% goes to your church,
Look
and
up,
then
Brian.
the remaining 5% you can choose.
I'm
let's
pretty
say
sure Jesus didn't say 7%.
a certain charity that you might feel a connection to, or you might like.
Mr. Beast philanthropy.
If Mr. Beast has a charity, by all means, go away.
He has enough money though, so maybe not.
But then you also have to keep in mind the parable of the poor widow.
Forgive
She
me
gave
all
more
the
than
money.
10%, and she was rewarded for that in heaven.
So Bobby, are you gonna be the poor whale and give more than
No.
10%?
I am not.
You're gonna give the bare minimum your whole life.
I'm not going to give the bare minimum, but there's maybe an equilibrium somewhere in there. At this point, 10% is appropriate. Once I have $20 million, I can afford to give away much more than 10%.
Like 5%.
Or 20%.
Or 7%, like I said.
Yeah, he's gonna jack it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Being a little too generous back there.
Yeah, I shouldn't have given
Well,
that
it's
away.
technically more money because I have more money.
And the other thing is, you can also do service projects.
Like
Yeah.
making benches for the poor.
Doing community service, I think, is a very good way of
But it's not a
giving
substitute.
back and doing what God wants by helping people.
Community service is good, but it's better when you're already broke. When you're rich, you shouldn't do community service. That's just to make you look good. When you're rich, if I make $1,000,
Necessarily.
if I make $1,000 an hour, would it not be better for the poor if I worked another hour and donated another $1,000 than for me to spend another hour at Habitat for Humanity or, feed my starving children, whatever? $1,000 is a week of work for most people. So you can do that in an hour and
Yeah.
give them a week of work instead of just an hour of your time.
I see that, but you could do both. Like, if you...
Brian,
If
you're worth
you-
$20 million. You're gonna be going to feed my starving children, packing bags and boxes.
I think that's vain.
Okay, you
I
might...
think that's vain
So-
because you're doing it because it makes you feel good. You're not doing it to
You're
help
supporting
people.
the company, and
You
you,
know
are
what support
giving
the-
publicity to them, and maybe more people will come.
Not if you're not. If you're famous, maybe.
If you have
not
$20 million
famous, then you have no excuse.
and you're famous, and you go there, and you're, like, posting pictures of you
How
doing
many
all that-
ifs did you just say? If you're famous, if you're $20 million, if you go there.
Well, $20
And then
million
you're posting
is what
it,
we're going with.
Then you're doing the charity for views. It's like when you're on
No,
TikTok.
They
That's
encourage very strongly you posting it to get the word out and make more people
Saying
see
he's
it.
doing it for views, that's wrong. Because if you're posting it, if he's famous and he's posting it, they're gonna get more people coming in.
I also don't think doing charity for views is inherently wrong. I think it's not as good
That's what
as
you
charity.
just kind of
No.
It's better than not.
But if
doing
you're
it.
using that as a justification, it's not.
Yeah.
But if it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
But if you have, it's a binary choice. You only have so many hours. Work an hour, make the money, donate the money, or you can just work for the organization. Working for the organization, you are no better a worker than 90% of all the people out in the world.
I am really good at bagging and feed my starving children. Do you think I could improve the fellow baggers their skills?
You could train people.
I mean, yeah. And then donate no money at all, so I save
You're
that
donating
extra ball.
your skills.
No.
Yes! Good job, Bryn!
Genius.
If it's something you find fun and you're doing it for fun, great, but you're not doing a good deed.
Yeah. Well, it's still...
What if
It's
you're doing
good, but
it
it's not
It's
instead of...
better than,
It's good,
like,
but it's not as good as you
What if
should.
you're doing it instead of doing something fun? Because it's something different.
Yeah, but you
But that's
still
better
donate
than-
the money.
It's still,
You should
it's
still
not
do
the
it.
same. If you're trying to do the most good, the thing that would be the most good is to make more money and donate it.
Like, there's a difference between, like, you're doing it just yourself, so say you're doing something good, your good work of the day, or, like, you're doing it, like, with your kids or something, so then you're showing them how to give
that's
back.
definitely
That's another difference
yes.
you could say. So
No.
something else about donating big amounts of money is there's always corruption. Always, everywhere. Like, donating a huge sum of money, let's say, when you die, for example, is this the example we want to go with?
Sure.
When you die, let's say you say, I'm going to donate we'll go on the low end. I'm going to donate my $1 million net worth to the church.
Beautiful.
Now, a huge issue with this is there's always corruption in the system. So, like, do you think this should be a worry? Like, if your plan is when you die, you want to give all your money to, like, this good cause or whatnot. Should there be the worry of, will this money definitely go to how I want it to go, or will some of this be, like, taken for other things?
I mean, you always have to have somebody you trust deal with your money. Even if you're giving it to a charity, you want to make sure that it gets where it goes. But even when you're alive, there are many charities that are formed for tax purposes or for financial purposes because
The Bill Gates Foundation.
You don't have to pay taxes. So if you have something that you have a good lawyer, you have a good accountant, you can make it so that you're making money off of a nonprofit, and you're not for whatever reason you're making money off of it. There are very many charities that don't do a lot of good that are very prominent. So you really need to do your research before you donate.
In terms of, you said donating like your $1 million net worth to some charity, making sure it goes where you want. If you're wealthy, you could start your own nonprofit and then donate a portion of
And
your...
do the corruption that
Well,
Bobby said.
I was
So
gonna
then
say
you're
that.
making money without
I was more saying...
Oh my god.
You give a large sum of money to that nonprofit and you give control of it over to someone that you trust very dearly.
Like your
The
father.
Most people probably aren't planning to die before their father.
I'm not sure.
Think you're gonna be 70 years or like 80 years old with $1 million and die before your father?
Yes. Something I believe is, if you have a lot of money, I think like when you hit the age of 70 maybe, you should start trying to give it away
Get rid of that.
yourself.
Yeah.
So like maybe you're actually making sure like this hospital is gonna get built or whatnot. This church is gonna get its new roof or whatnot. So you're making sure the good's happening because then you don't have to trust it to anyone else. Because if you're 70, there's not much left in life you want to use your money with.
Yeah, especially if you get all your money, you're not gonna have. If you made all your money when you were young, even if you were like 40 or 50, that still gives you 20, 30 years to do all the cool stuff, go on all the trips, buy all the cars. By the time you're 70, you've already done it, so you don't need to accumulate it, so you can focus more on giving away.
Because that's what I believe is the personal best way. Because then you're making sure it's all going to where you want it to go, the best way you feel it can be used. Brayden?
I agree.
So another thing that we could talk about is giving money away isn't necessarily more helpful than making money off something. So let me give you an example. If I have a book, right, I write a book with all sorts of brilliant thoughts.
All the proceeds go to...
Or I could hand it out for free to anybody
Kind
who
of like
wants.
Dynamic Catholic does.
Yes. Or I could sell it. I can make money. Now I've got some money. I can print more books. I can expand distribution. I can get it to more people and help more people.
So wait, you're giving them away for free and you're selling them?
No, I'm comparing it. Because if you get it away for free, you're putting money in and you're not getting anything.
Okay.
And so
Like
you can
what
only,
kind of book?
You can any book. It doesn't matter. You can only help as many people as books you can buy. But if you're selling the book, you sell the book to the people. Now you have more money. Now you can afford to sell it to more people and keep expanding the scope. And so you've helped more people in total, even though you made money on
That's
it.
assuming your book's going to help them. So what kind of book is it?
A book that's helpful. It could be about anything. It's informative. But any product that's helpful, if you sell it, you should make money off of it. You shouldn't give things...
So you're like saying non-profit versus for-profit.
I think for-profit companies have helped people more over the course of civilization than nonprofits.
Definitely, because then there's more incentive too on
Exactly.
the people's ends to keep this going.
Because you feel good, and then you don't, and then you're starving.
But this isn't instead of like donating money, right?
No,
this
no,
is
no.
just the.
You should still donate, but I'm
This is
just
the
saying.
argument for versus non.
I'm just saying, if you have a business that's helping people and you're making money, that's not a bad thing. As long as you're helping, because you can actually do more good selling something for profit than you can if you give it out for free.
Yeah. Because we say for profit, there's so much more incentive, and then you also can get bigger faster.
Exactly, you can expand.
Nonprofit, you expand it the way people are willing to give you money.
And then you have
Donations
to some degree acquiesce to what they want you to do.
Yeah.
Because if somebody came up to you and said, "I'll give you $1 million if you do 20 push-ups," it doesn't seem like that big a deal.
Yeah,
But
it'd be a pretty
things
big
add
deal
up.
to me. $1 million.
No, but
I know.
Yeah.
Push-ups, that's what he's
Yeah.
referring to.
I know.
Great. You can't do 20 push-ups?
Oh, I could do more than 20 for $1 million.
I never knew I could do that many.
Incentive. So, do you guys think it is moral to live a lavish and expensive lifestyle when people are starving and struggling with like disaster situations?
So you're saying like, oh, I'm buying Rolexes,
yes,
and BMWs,
fancy
and
cars
Ferraris,
and mansions and all that.
pools,
I think,
and then this
While
guy
there's people starving.
on the street.
I feel, as long as you're giving your 10% away still, I think it's fine. As long as, if you do that, and then like you do when you're 70, you start just getting rid of it all to help people.
So
I
you
think it would
it's
be
all right
morally
to
fine.
buy a $300,000 car that could take 500,000 people out of poverty?
Probably not, no. But if you're still giving away your 10%, if you can buy a $300,000 car, you're worth probably about 20 million.
$5
you could
million?
say. 5 million?
$300,000 is $1/3 million. See, I would buy a nice car, $5 million.
Okay, so you're at 5 million here. Okay, you're giving away your 10%, so you've already given away about 500,000.
300,000, or 5. Yeah, you're right. All right, I'm wrong.
500,000 you've given away.
Beautiful.
You should be able to buy your car, shouldn't you? As long as you know, like, when I'm older or in my will or whatnot, I'm going to be redistributing all my money among the poor or whatnot. I think it's acceptable.
Because then, otherwise, what's the incentive? Well,
What-
let's say to just help people. It
But
probably does.
that's
Easy
back
to
to
motivate
for-profit
yourself, though.
versus non-profit, though.
I'm
You
just
have to
gonna give it
motivate
all
yourself
away.
still.
Well, I think for-profit is not just about motivation.
I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Because non-profit, it's purely, like, I'm just doing this to help people. Because if you're a non-profit, you have to still have a way to feed yourself.
You probably
you
have
can
another.
still make money off a nonprofit.
Yeah, but not much.
You can.
Well,
There's
it's
no.
not really the idea is to make money. It's called
Non-profit.
No. But
It is
nonprofit just means that you can't set aside money to invest in the business. It doesn't mean you can't pay your employees. It doesn't mean you can't make $5 million a year.
The idea, though, isn't that you're making a bunch of money off it. The idea is that you're helping people and you're putting.
Yeah, I
money
know what the
back
idea
into-
is, but
If you read the technical definition, I mean, there's a way or two around it.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's immoral to spend money on yourself. It's not wrong to enjoy your life and buy things, but if it's like, I'm spending a bunch of money on this car, so I'm going to be putting my donation money into that.
Okay, I have an example for
Here's
you,
the other
Bobby,
thing.
that's more real.
Yeah.
You want this BMW.
Beautiful BMW.
Yes. You could have, like, I don't know, a Toyota or something.
Yeah.
For probably about half the price.
You know how much a
That
bike
might
costs?
even be a bit better. So,
Not half the price.
but less, like a couple thousand less for sure.
Sure.
That might even be a bit better.
Yeah.
Is that moral then when you could be giving away that extra money?
Yeah.
See,
Well,
that's
alright, you're right. Because here's the other thing. It also depends on why you want the nice car. Because if you're just trying to fulfill your own pleasures and desires, it's not great. But certain business opportunities open up, and certain people respect you
You don't want
differently.
to drive a rust bucket.
When you carry yourself in a certain way, when you dress in a certain way, when you drive a car that's a certain way, you have a higher earning capacity because people will say,
Like the Lambo we were talking
look at that
about.
guy, he's got a Lambo, he's probably a good businessman.
Driving
That
a
guy's
Lambo,
got-
driving a
got-
Lambo and wearing a suit to a interview is different than.
I don't think you're going to it.
If I walked into an interview like this for a C-suite company executive position, and I drove in a 2001 Chevy Impala,
Riding on a bike.
then
We're gonna
they
take
would probably laugh me out of
Wearing a tank top and cargo
Well,
shorts.
don't worry, Bobby. McDonald's, they're always hiring and they're always accepting.
And they don't care what you wear or drive.
They don't care how you smell or really anything. As long as you don't sneeze in, even if you sneeze in the food, they'll hire you.
How much do you guys think you should enjoy your money, and how much of it do you think you should donate?
We already talked about the amount, 10%. How much do you think you
Well,
should
it depends
enjoy it?
on what.
It depends on how you're enjoying it. Like, you're taking baths in your money. That's, first off, not sanitary. Second off, that's probably immoral. Like, you're putting soap with the money then if you're taking a literal bath.
What if it's
in it?
without soap?
What if it's a dry bath?
Like
It's
Uncle
just-
Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge did that.
He would swim in his money.
You don't know the duck? The duck, Uncle Scrooge.
Uncle
Oh, I
Scrooge
thought-
is my hero.
Uncle Scrooge. Okay. I was thinking Ebenezer.
Oh, no.
No, he's talking
Scrooge
Uncle
McDuck.
Scrooge.
How do you not know Scrooge
I
McDuck?
have no clue. who
He's
that
a
is.
meme. That's how I know
He's
him.
not a meme.
He is a meme.
He's
Everything is a meme.
American classic character.
Fair enough. So, enjoying your money, I think everyone, if you've worked to earn your money, you should enjoy it. If you're on government money,
You should be playing.
depends on why you're on government money. But if you've worked hard for your money, I think you've earned the right to enjoy it a bit. Not in excess, not spending that 10% you should be donating. But I think you should get to enjoy your money if you've worked for it.
I think it's reasonable to say that you shouldn't spend more on things that are just for fun than you donate.
That's it. That's a good plan.
It's like our $5 million example. You've donated $500,000, then you can buy yourself your $300,000 car.
Yeah,
Because that's
but that doesn't mean, oh, my couch has a hole in it, I need to buy a new couch. So now I gotta donate that much.
yeah.
No, it's I want to buy another car.
It's,
I want
yeah,
the fifth car now.
it's just for fun type things.
There's more space on that driveway.
Yeah.
There's lots of space in their driveway.
I'm gonna have a whole parking garage.
Yeah,
Parking garage.
there you go.
Yeah, buy the neighbor's house, tear it down, put my own 2-story garage there. Then you don't have to go away from your house and it's all there.
It's such an inconvenience to have to put my cars where the rain gets.
If you have a very expensive car, you do not want it to get rained on.
Yeah.
And what charities do you guys like to donate to?
Bobby,
What?
what charities?
He's the one that asked the question.
He's telling us off.
I like to donate to a charity called PATH, which helps provide vaccines to people in Africa, so that they don't
COVID
die
vaccines?
from
Or
for
monkeypox.
just-
vaccines.
I forget what it's
Don't
called,
donate to
but we basically eradicated it in America. But
Chickenpox?
no, it's
Mumps?
I don't remember what it's called. But everybody dies from it in Africa. So, and the vaccines are super cheap. And I listened to a podcast with a guy, he wrote a book about the most effective ways we can spend money to do the most good. And that was like the number one thing. So that's why I donate there.
Does he have a stake in this charity?
No.
Corruption. Me personally, I
Where
like
do you-
donating
Where do you donate your money?
the church. If you my serving children. I like buying the little bead animals they have there.
That's not donating.
That is donating.
That is donated. The money goes to
Have
the
you seen
artisans.
how expensive this stuff there is?
No.
Very expensive.
How much did you pay for your bead animal?
You typically like
They're
25, 30.
Do you want to show it to
They're
us?
like 25, 35. Donate my money because I don't.
Here's my little bead animal. You might ask me, what kind of animal is that? I have no clue.
Isn't it an ibex?
It's not ibex, guys. It's pretty cool. We'll just sit here. It doesn't stand because I've dropped it a few times. But other than that,
He
he's
doesn't stand.
He's beautiful, and he's my child. Ryan, what places do you hope you get to donate to someday?
Feed my starving children is definitely a good one. Because that's kind of, in my opinion, that's probably the most dire need is people who don't even have food. And they can make meals for little nothing. I think a meal's 25 cents. So, I mean,
Where do I sign up?
you could, yeah.
I want to get
lot.
through those meals.
So
25 cents.
Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you meant to donate. Wow. They do sell meals though.
That's what I'm saying.
No, they
You can-
sell them for $20 a meal.
It's for profit for the
I mean,
for the people.
I was disappointed too when I found out you can't just
Yeah.
go to the back and buy a few.
I can't see.
They sell like a box,
Huh?
a couple of them.
Well, ultimately, what we've taken away from this podcast is that donating is a good thing, and making sure you have a plan for your money when you're about to go is another good thing. When you reach your ripe old age of 60 or 70, you should start giving away your money and making the world a better place.
Goodbye.